Good morning, English 11 students. Today, I'm going to walk you through the essential skill number one, synthesizing. I'm going to walk through the learning and practice that you're going to be doing so that you can hear my thinking and you can see what we're doing. Okay? So let's get started. To do this, I'm going to share my screen with you so that you can see my document. All right. And just as a quick reminder, where you'll find this document is on the Essential Skills Flowchart of Learning, which I will have linked inside of the Google Slides presentation for the week. I'm going to scroll down and take a look at Essential Skill 1 Synthesis. And here is the learning and practice. And when I click on that link, it opens up the document for you to do your learning and practice. At the very top of each one of these lessons for the essential skills, I've created an approximate time to complete the task. So you'll see that this one, approximate time, is 45 to 60 minutes. This is the longest lesson throughout all three of them. So when I scroll down, whoopsie, come on back up. All right, you'll notice that each one of, you'll notice that I start off with synthesizing what is it. What it really is something kind of cool. It means boil down, it means combining information to make something new. So it's taking information from sources and adding it to what you already know, but you create a newer learning or a deeper learning. And that's what synthesizing is. You've been doing it for your entire life and you didn't even know it. It's kind of a cool function of the brain. For our purposes, it means taking multiple, at least two sources, and combining them into one to create or strengthen learning. For example, my passion project, as I've said, it's about creating a balanced ecosystem in my garden ponds. I will synthesize information from at least two sources to create and or support my knowledge about what it takes to create a balanced ecosystem in my garden pond. In the learning section, you'll see I've linked a video here. It's 150 seconds. It's a really good 150 seconds of your life that you'll spend learning about synthesis. It's pretty interesting. And then when I get done with this video, I'll link this video right here so that you can use this as a resource to help understand the document and what your lesson is and what your practice is. So now I've asked you to read two short articles. I've linked them right here, right? They're about the healthiest diets. But you might want to choose articles for your passion project topic instead of using the articles that I have linked. One of the things that I'm really trying to help you with is to condense the amount of work that you have to do. So instead of saying you must read the articles I have here, I'm opening it up to you to find the articles to support your topic, to learn more about your topic. And then you're going to make connections between the articles and also make connections with what you already know. That's synthesis. You're going to write two short paragraphs taking into consideration the information from one, not both. You don't have to do both. This is just practice. From one of the articles and state your own opinion on the best healthy diet, or using one of the articles that connect to the topic you have chosen for your passion project and synthesize just one of those articles. Remember to use your most excellent writing skills. Now I want to pop over to one that I've got done. And I'd also like you to walk through the process that I used. So that means that I needed to find some sources. So one thing that I did was consult Dr. Google. How's Dr. Google looking here? So there there are many ways to find sources, but I bet the one thing that's easiest for all of us is to go to Dr. Google to find sources. So hello, I'm Dr. Google now, and I want to show you the two sources that I looked for, but I know that they are reliable sources. So whether you're using the um, libserv from Mrs. McVeigh, or if you're using Dr. Google to help you find your sources, they still need to be reliable. So I've chosen this one right here, 3 easy ways to create an ecologically balanced backyard pond. I know it's a reliable source because it's from Worldwide Aquaculture, and they're one of the leading experts on backyard ponds. So I looked through this, I read through this, I understood what the article was telling me, a lot of good information, but I also know I needed to have another source. So another source that I used is titled Pond Ecology, and it's from Penn State Extension. And I know that this is a reliable source because 2 things. One, at the very top in the URL, it's .edu. That means it's educational. And plus, Penn State's a university. So I know that this is a reliable source. So I read through this entire article, but one of the things that I noticed as I read through, the part that I'm interested in is right here, maintain ecological balance. This whole entire article is really about giant ponds that you might see out in a field. Mine's a garden pond. It's big to me because I had a hand dig it with only a shovel. So to me, it's big. But it certainly is not the size that this article talks about. But I was still able to pull a lot of information from this article to help me understand fully how to have a balanced ecosystem in my pond. So now I want to pop back over to my project, to my synthesis learning practice. I've gone through each one of these steps, watched the video, I have my articles, and I've made connections. Oh, and as I keep talking about my pond project being ecologically balanced, I want to just give you a really quick overview on why I want an ecologically balanced pond. I have these little friends, they're frogs, and they've come to live with us, and I want to make sure that they stay. This is the sound that we're hearing now in the spring. It's very cool. That's one of the little critters. Not just him, but here's another little critter, another frog. He's a little clay frog. But I also want to make sure that the fish are happy in the pond and that they're very healthy. One other component to my ponds, to all good ponds, are plants. And so my research took me to finding out how all of this works together to find an ecologically balanced pond. So as we continue down, now remember, you only have to do one article, right? I did both just to practice, just to give you examples. So I went through and I wrote out the most important points. One of the things that you're really going to need to include is the title and where it came from, and that's right here. But then I talked about what was in the article. So it's a really short bit of information from the article. Here's the next one. Again, I start with the title and the author. And then I went on to kind of like talk about what were the things that I found in this article that maybe I didn't know, or maybe it supported what I already knew about my topic. And finally, here's my synthesis paragraph. This is where I have taken the information from, in my case, both of these sources, and I put them in together to discuss how it's built my knowledge and how it kind of fit in with what I already knew. So that's it. And remember, you're only doing one article. Feel free to do both. It's totally up to you. But one article for the practice and then your synthesis. Because even though you're only using one article, you're still taking information from that article combining it with what you already know to create a newer, deeper understanding. And that's synthesis. So again, plan about 45 to 60 minutes for this. Maybe it won't take you 45 minutes. Maybe it'll take you less. Maybe it'll take you a little bit longer. But this is the lesson on synthesis, essential skill number 1. Look forward to essential skill number 2, summarizing. And by the way, the work that you do with the article here, whether it's your own article that you find to support your passion project or the articles I've provided on a healthy diet, you're going to use those articles again for the rest, for the other 2 essential skills. Again, I'm trying to reduce the extra work that you have to do and really focus in on what you're learning. And so I hope this helps. Have a fabulous day. Goodbye from Dr. Google and Ms. Fico.